Okay, so I'm in a bit of uncharted territory here. I was helping one of my friends, Phil, with his PC92 machine. This is a PC92 board. And I want to say a massive thank you to Jason Field. Big shout out to him for doing all sorts of tests and experiments with his own mint collectible game. Had him taking parts off and measuring parts and experimenting with parts. We're trying to find out what the minimum was required to get one of these PC92 boards to run with a high-tech ROM. And we figured it out and it got us to this point here. This one, as you can see, it's in reasonable shape. The reset doesn't work. The reset's still not working at the minute, but it had other issues as well. I had it at first where I fired it up. You see I'm using the everything power supply here. I've streamlined it a bit, took most of the connectors off because I'm using original hardware now to test boards, so Mega boards, testing Mega power supply, stuff like that. Just, this is handy, but it can't provide all the lines that some of these boards needs to run. I'm rambling a little bit here, but never mind. So, I got this one to start up. I've sorted the reset issue by I've added a little switch here. It's actually memory select switch off on a dead Procon board. Find a little switch there, and that allows me to reset manually. I did that and wasn't getting any activity at all in the PIOs here. It's a Z80 based system, so you have your Z80 CTC there and your PIOs and your serial chip SIO here. No activity on them at all. The address decoding was firing off on all its outputs, and it was firing on select lines that didn't exist. Now that, to me, is a signal as a data problem, and all the traces buzz out fine and the ROMs confirmed fine, so it led me to believe that the RAM was bad. So I replaced the 6116 here, and the address settled, the decoding settled down, and all I was getting after that was it was pointing to the CTC, and it was just hanging there. So, replaced the CTC with a known good one I had up the stairs. I think that came off a factory milling board of some sort. I vaguely remember having the program cards out of a PLC. Wonder if I still have them. And if I fire up, it's in reset just now, but if I click this to run, hey, I've got the rails bypassed out by linking the optos to the returns, just so I can get that far. It's alarming error 402 for no percent key. It's actually, I found that the Project Coin high-tech games, they're actually really helpful in test. They'll show you a bunch of errors like error 201, 202, 203, 204, and then this 402 and 406 for meters, etc. But it doesn't lock up. It doesn't get stuck at a particular point. It says this, please wait. And then, so long as you're in door open mode, you can try and resolve the faults. But what I was trying to do last night was actually get this into a tract. And you see a mess of wires I've got over there. I've got I bypassed the rails out, and I had it as far as getting it into demo mode, and I had 50 credits there, but I still had this error 402. And I've got Phil again. Thanks very much, Phil. Big shout out to you. He's doing some tests with his machine today. He's going to buzz out the wiring limit and find out where the percentage key comes from. I know that the door switches come from this line here, optos. Now that confused me at first. I thought that was real optos, but no, that stands for operator outputs. That's what that is. That's like your door switches and your stake and prize keys, etc. But I'm trying to figure, I don't know the loom and I can't find the manual, so I'm trying to figure out where everything goes by hand. You know, I'll just show you what happens if I take one of these rule loops off. That should now tell me error 204. Oh no, it's got that far. Will it come up error 204? No, because I already got that far. It set that reel up. But if I reboot, it'll tell me error 203, error 204 now. There we go. Right, watch this. Let me put that back in. We'll just use the screwdriver for that. Interesting. See? See? Very, very helpful. It got by it. And now back to this error 402. Here, we'll show you again. Reset. I'll fix this reset, by the way. It's there's two things happening with reset, and the circuit's a bit of a terrible design. It looks like they couldn't get the parts that they wanted in their design. So they've used standard transistors to configure various different ways to form like the right type of Zener diode and right type of unijunction transistor. I'm going to look and see what we can do about changing that. I think somebody on the MPU Mecha already did something to change it. But I'm going to leave this reset switch in for the owner of the board as well. Okay, 204. And then we put the link in. Where I'm linking that, by the way, is it's just the that's just the real opto 5V supply and the real opto return. And off it goes. And what that's shown, I only need to link the percent key for a second and it'll get by it and get into a track, but I can't find it. So hopefully I'll have an update on this later on. But, oh yeah, I made a loom for the alpha display. Yeah, again, I'm using the standard, my standard test alpha display, which is, I think it originally comes off a Heber machine. See, I put a proper connector on it now. I think these displays will run, these 5V displays will run in any machine with a 5V thing. So Mega, Project Coins, I'm finding out now. JPMs, Vogues, Impact 1 and 3, something like that. Rambling again. But yeah, you just have to figure out whether you need the power on reset, which this one does need. So this display runs properly with the power on reset connected, or whether you have to leave the reset line off, which Mega needs. But yeah, so that's how I've progressed for the minute. I'll give you a little brief flyby of the board. The CPU was socketed already, so I just put a new one in end road. I'm a little bit tatty. The RAM looks like a cheap make, it probably is, but that's in a socket as well, so you can always replace that. GI chip up there, the sound chip, that was getting very warm, not hot, warm. So replace that, and now I've got to work on this. You can see the issues the reset's got. There's a bit of it missing. A few traces have been rebuilt there, I think. Well, I don't think a couple of them are right. But so that's where we are for the minute. So that's the PC92 board, courtesy of a little PC power supply. And all it's doing there is powering the 15V and 12V lines all off a 12V. So I'll call this part 1. I don't know if there'll be a second part to this, but stay tuned for part 2, as the board says. Please wait.